Do you see anything wrong with this video? Of course you do! Kodlak does not have a fork to eat his meal. Look at him, he's so old. You think he can hobble around here without utensils? Wrong. He hates that he doesn't own a fork. Look at it, it just makes him so mad. We must embark on a journey to deliver this fork to Kodlak. But this is no regular fork. This fork is so powerful, it drains all my health down to 1 hit point. Meaning if anything does any damage to me at all, nonetheless, we'll press on and make sure Kodlak has the best meal of his life. The first thing we have to do is get to Whiterun. We need to make this fork as powerful as possible before we give it to Kodlak. As soon as you get to Whiterun, don't waste any time. Head straight to Sovngarde. That's where Kodlak is going to be. Unfortunately, he's really old and kind of stubborn, so he's going to talk over you and not listen to anything that you say. I'm trying to give you the best meal you've ever had. I'm trying to give you the best utensil you've ever held in your hands. Why is no one listening to me right now? Kodlak is not going to want to accept the fork until you prove yourself to the companions. So you have to show his little lackey who's boss. Oh crap, I forgot I have 1 HP. If he hits me at all, I'm literally dead, bro. Just chill. Just chill. I gotta get some swings in. Oh god, he almost killed me just now. I'm afraid the swing is gonna leave an opening. Not bad. I didn't even do anything. Now the companions are gonna have you running around doing small trivial tasks to distract you from your mission of giving the fork to Kodlak. Get that done as quick as possible. You know what, this is fine. Rubbing up against all these other companion members, making them think that they're valuable assets in this journey is important, because that way they won't be in my way later on. After you finish all the small tasks provided to you, they're going to send you on a real mission with one of the most trusted members. It's important that you complete this mission, because this will solidify your place as a valuable asset to the companions, all while getting you that much closer to giving Kodlak the best meal he's ever had. Now the problem is you have to go to a really dangerous dungeon filled with draugrs and skeletons and the like, all while Farkas is being an idiot the entire time. So you're not going to fight, you're just going to let her smack the crap out of you? Talking about some this ends now? Look, bro, she just smacked it. I gotta do everything, because you're stupid. You are stupid. Just like the companions say, you're dumb. What's wrong with you? Now, you're going to die a lot due to the incompetence of your follower, who's not very smart, but that's okay. You have to press on anyways. Eventually, some guys are gonna show up, and Farkas is gonna turn into a big puppy or something, but that's not what matters. We're here to give Kodlak this fork with 1 health, not play Nintendogs. Now this is also an essential part of the run. You have to understand that you only have 1 health, and in order to not die, you're going to have to find a way to get close to targets without being detected. So really, you just have to become an amazing stealth assassin. I have a fork! Over here. Gotcha. Got you too. Now once you've mastered your newfound stealth abilities, taking down just about anything in the dungeon would be a piece of cake. The exception to spiders. Just run past We gotta go. However, the final room in the dungeon might just become a problem. Farkas, I hope you're ready for this. It's really about to get serious in here. There you go. Fight him, Farkas. Okay, 1 down. I'll save you. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look at how many bodies we just freaking piled up over here. Great job. You successfully completed the first dungeon in the companion's questline in like 2 hours. But don't revel in victory for too long, because unfortunately you're apparently a vampire and it's now daytime outside. What just happened? Dude. What do I do in this situation? I don't understand. Yeah, so being a vampire isn't ideal. This means the sunlight can actually do damage to you, so your best bet is to travel at nighttime. Head back to Sovngarde and you'll be officially initiated as a companion, bringing you that much closer to completing your mission. However, the fork still hasn't reached its full potential, so we can't give it to Kodlak yet. I won't disappoint. You know what else won't disappoint? The meal that you eat after this fork is perfected. You understand, Kodlak? Listen, I need you to look me in the eyes here, okay?
Some nights I dream about the mists of Sovngarde.
I don't care about that. You take this fork to Sovngarde with you. You understand? When this fork is completed, your meals will be divine. The next mission you're tasked with requires you to save a kidnapped tavern owner from a creepy dungeon. But first, you have to get another follower because wolves won't stop killing you on the road. There's a wolf chasing me. He's Scared the shit out of me just now. Getting through the lair itself is pretty simple if you use the same stealth abilities as before and take the enemies one at a time. Save the tavern key and complete the mission. Except, something really weird is going to happen. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Huh? Why? Why? Why is there a werewolf? No, bro, there's no shot you're getting to me. Go. Oh! Someone has been secretly conspiring against you. They seek to steal the fort from you and give it to Kodlak themselves to receive the highest honor. But you can't let that happen. You have to find out who that werewolf was. But before you can, something else weird happens when retreating back into the lair. Since when are there necromancers here? I just cleared this place out. No. We're not dealing with this. We gotta go. Mages have already occupied the premises you just cleared out, and your only decision is to make a run for it back to Whiterun. Your mission's already done, right? Except no. Why is she still there? So you're telling me I have to go back in there? You not only left behind your follower, but the very person you were meant to save. And now you have to clear the dungeon again, all by yourself. This place is now heavily guarded due to the death of their friend Sid or whatever his name was. In order to get out of this alive, you'll have to be stealthier than you've ever been in your entire life. One wrong move or one step too hard, and this guy notices. And then you're dead. Like, I don't know what that was. You still have a mission to complete and hostages to save, so get to it. All throughout the dungeon there are now mages that specialize in ranged combat, or in other words, the opposite of what you want. However, by this point you should be stealthy enough for them to still not notice you when their back is turned. With the use of your mastery of stealth and various distractions, make your way through the dungeon and save those hostages. She's alive! She was alive this whole time? I thought they were dead.
I'm ever so grateful. Please give my regard to the rest of the companions.
Forget the rest of the companions. This was all me. I just did all that work for... And now you show back up? Where were you this whole time? Congratulations. You have successfully completed your rescue mission and saved your followers as well. All thanks to the mighty fork. Now when you head back to Whiterun, everyone will already have heard about your amazing quest to save 2 hostages and clear an entire dungeon by yourself. And the companions will want to reward you for it. They're going to turn you into a big puppy, which isn't too bad because now you won't die in the sun. Make sure you stand perfectly still when your turn though, because Whiterun doesn't like dogs.
Must have scared them off.
At this point you'll wake up and Ayla will want you to help her get a piece of an axe or something. Now that part you shouldn't care too much about, but you quickly realize that there will most likely be other werewolves inside the fort who fell to the Silver Hand. And maybe you can find out who that werewolf was who came for your fork. Unfortunately, none of the dead werewolves looked exactly like the one who hunted you. So maybe it wasn't a big deal after all, and it was just a random werewolf. Now head to the end of the fort where you'll find one of your shield brothers. Dead.
Somehow they managed to kill Skyrim.
But before you mourn, you'll realize something. Wait, I'm getting something from the fork. Those werewolves. From the tower, we're rescuing the bar lady. It was Skyrim. That werewolf that attacked me, he was the one that wanted to steal the fork from me and give it to Kodlak in order to convince him to stay a werewolf. Kodlak cannot go to Sovngarde if he's a werewolf. Skyrim has been stalking me every step of the way. He's always been there, watching. Skyrim only turned me into a werewolf because he knew I had grown powerful enough to defeat him, and fighting me would be futile. His new plan was to gain my trust and stab me in the back and then take it by force. He only rushed into the fort alone because he had just heard about my ability to clear out an entire dungeon by myself, and he needed to prove to himself he was strong enough to do the same, but unfortunately he met his timely demise. While you mourn the loss of a shield brother, never forget what he tried to take away from us. So you'll quickly realize it's hard to get up close to people all the time, so you'll try to find an alternative method to make the fork more effective. Telekinesis is a fairly effective strategy, allows you to use certain objects and throw them around. This should serve as a pretty good distraction, giving you the ability to close the gap between you and your enemies. However, the spell isn't all that easy to find. You can try Labyrinthian, however, you can't enter unless you're doing the Mages Guild questline, so that doesn't work. There's also a tower called Autumn Watch that sometimes has it in a chest, but you'll most likely not get lucky there either. But there is a destroyed house that secretly houses a drug den and a system of caves inhabited by powerful vampires. There lies a copy of the spell book in a prison cell towards the beginning of the caves. So make sure you don't go through the entire dungeon looking for it, like I did, unless you want to. The spell here, I didn't have to do any of this. Oh, God. However, you most likely won't have the ability to use it effectively immediately, so you'll have to rack up some skill points to use it. I recommend buying Soul Trap and casting it on any dead body. It'll increase your conjuration fairly quickly, but you don't need to do any conjuration, it's just for the skill points. You can also just use the telekinesis spell and keep grabbing things to level up as well. Both are pretty effective. Now with all that said and done, you'll be ready to fight with your new and improved combat style with 1 health. Your first task with your new ability is to get a witch head for Kodlak, the perfect way to test out your newfound abilities. I can do this. Dang it, I dropped it. Where'd it go? Okay, so it's not very effective. In fact, it's kind of a waste of time, so maybe don't do that. Even with the drawback, you should still be able to complete your mission, and then bring the head back to Kodlak. And by now, your all-powerful fork will be ready to be given to Kodlak. But something will happen. Something so devastating, you'll never recover. Kodlak is killed.
Kodlak. He's dead.
No! No! Now, he'll never be able to feast on divine meals with the fork in Sovngarde. Psych, bitch! This fork is so strong it can reach Kodlak beyond the grave. You just have to somehow meet with Kodlak again through spirit form, and then you can give the fork to him. However, first, you have to go and get your vengeance for Kodlak and kill as many Silverhand as possible. No one strips me of my right to give Kodlak a fork. Got the fragments. No, don't sit at the table. After you've collected all the fragments and finished off all the scum that took Kodlak away from you, attend his funeral. This will be the final time you see his mortal form, but not the final time you'll see him. No, Kodlak. We weep. After this, you'll want to find a method that's actually going to help you out in the future. So I recommend learning invisibility. This makes it a lot easier for you to close the gap between you and your opponents, and it also makes that kill that much sweeter. Now, invisibility is a fairly high level skill to use, so you'll have to do some training in that aspect too. You could just go to the College of Winterhold, buy the muffled movement spell from this guy here, and then just cast it in the hall until you're high enough level to use invisibility. Now buy the brief invisibility spell off of this guy, and you'll be ready to do your next mission. Now this next mission is incredibly important. You have to remove the wolf from Kodlak's soul in order for him to go to Sovngarde and feast on the best meals he's ever had. So you travel with the companions to Isgomor's tomb. There you'll quickly find out invisibility actually takes some getting used to. It works weird sometimes, but typically if you're hidden and you go invisible, nobody can detect you. And with that, you can get through the dungeon fairly easily. At the very end of the dungeon, once again, you'll meet Kodlak.
Greetings, shield brother. You still have the witches' heads. Excellent. Throw one of them into the fire. It will release their magic.
The wolf blood, even in death, corrupts his soul. Cleanse it to free him so he can go to Sovngarde and eat meals like a king with the best fork that he's ever had in his fucking life. Here we go. I release you. Oh God. I forgot. This is the final battle. What? Come on. Come on. We got him.
Greetings, shield brother. And so slain the beast inside of me, and lead the companions to further glory.
For glory. For Kodlak! I lay the all-powerful fork onto the plate so that Kodlak may feast in Sovngarde! We're done here. Really? You had to cough and ruin the mood? And now that your mission is completed here in Skyrim, and you're sure Kodlak's feasting in Sovngarde like a king, you can now take your leave. The job is done. Oh, and don't forget to join us next time. We're gonna find out how many cheese wheels we can stick up Nazim's ass.